If you've been priced out of the higher priced detached home markets in the Lower Mainland, you may be wondering what your money could buy somewhere else. And if another community might fit your budget better, what does that typical detached home actually look like? Well, today we're going to compare homes in 5 different communities so that you can see exactly what that price point gets you in each one. I'm Irene, your local realtor here in my community of Mission, BC, where I've been helping people just like you buy and sell for the last 20 years. And in today's video, we're going to focus on detached homes only. We're going to save townhomes and apartments for another video. We'll compare the benchmark prices, look at what that price point actually gets you in each of these Lower Mainland cities, and take a quick look at what the market conditions are in each one. If you're thinking about buying or selling, you'll find my contact information in the description box below. We can talk about what might work for you. What does benchmark price really mean? Well, it doesn't mean that you're going to find the same house exactly in every city. It's going to reflect the typical detached home in that market, adjusted for differences in housing characteristics, different house types, different lot sizes, different ages, in different developments. It's what's typical for that community. Now, I've got 5 communities here: Langley, Maple Ridge, Abbotsford, Mission, and Chilliwack. And what we're going to look at here is the 1-year change. Let's start out with Langley, currently sitting at $1,526,200 for the benchmark price. And that's 7.7% less than last year, which comes out to a dollar value of $127,700, a significant drop. Next, we've got Maple Ridge with a benchmark price of $1,231,500. That's a drop of 5.6%, and that translates to $72,700. Now, Abbotsford coming in at $1,186,600 with a drop of 4.5% year over year, and that's a $55,700 difference. Mission coming in with a benchmark price of $929,500, and that's a drop of 11.2% year over year. Calculating it out, that comes to $116,700. And Chilliwack, our last community, coming in with a benchmark price of $900,000, and that's a drop of only 4.3% from last year, which comes out to approximately $40,439. In the graph, you can see that Langley and Mission both have come down significantly, more so than any of the others in our comparison. And with Abbotsford and Chilliwack holding a little steadier than the other communities. Let's start with the community of Langley, with a population of 165,000 people. And it's approximately 45 to 60 minutes away from Vancouver. And it does have an extensive, it does offer extensive shopping, restaurants, many services, lots of recreation, along with a very convenient access to other parts of the Lower Mainland. And this location makes it one of the most desirable, but it also is the most expensive market in this comparison. Now, that typical detached home is going to look like this. It's going to have a square footage of about 3,000 to 3,500 square feet. That's the house. 5 to 6 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bathrooms. It's going to be about 20 to 30 years old, with a lot size of 4,000 to 5,000 square feet. Now, in comparison, working our way down, we've got Maple Ridge, which is a lovely community with a population of 106,000. That's going to take you about 45 to 65 minutes away from Vancouver. And Maple Ridge is a lovely growing community, suburban living with great outdoor recreation, plenty of parks, trails, green space, and it's popular with buyers who want more room while maintaining that easier access to Vancouver. Your typical benchmark priced home in Maple Ridge is going to come in at 2,500 to 3,000 square feet for the house, 3 to 5 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bathrooms, You're looking at about 25 to 35 years old. And the lot size is quite a bit bigger than what we saw in Langley. And Maple Ridge is coming in at about 7,000 square feet. So this is typical for what the benchmark price is describing that you could purchase for that amount. And that amount again was $1,231,500. Abbotsford has seen some substantial growth in the last few years, and they've got a population base of 176,000. The drive from Vancouver to Abbotsford comes in between 60 and 75 minutes or so, depending on traffic. Offers a wide range of shopping, lots of services, lots of restaurants and employment opportunities. And you've got more of a real city feel than some of the other surrounding communities. And your typical benchmark priced home is looking like this. 2,200 square feet to 3,000 square foot home, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bathrooms, 25 to 35 years old, and with a lot size typically 6,500 to about 7,000 square feet. On Mission, so this is my hometown, and Mission is significantly smaller than any of the others we've just talked about, with a population base of about 45,000 people. It has a benchmark price of $929,500, and you are a bit further away from Vancouver, 70 to 90 minutes. Now, we do have the West Coast Express, which helps if you have to commute into Vancouver, but it is considered more of a bedroom community, so it's quieter, it's definitely smaller. We don't have a rip-roaring downtown center, but we do have a lot of recreational opportunities, great outdoor places that you can entertain and enjoy with your family. And now for the benchmark price, you're typically going to get a house about 2,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms, 25 to 35 years old, with a lot size a little bit bigger, 7,000 to 8,000 square foot lot. And Chilliwack. So this is the one that comes out furthest from Vancouver, and you're looking at about 90 to 120 minutes away. It has a population of 112,500 people, and it's definitely growing. They've seen a lot of growth, a lot of movement towards that way in the last 5 years specifically. And I like Chilliwack. What can I tell you? It's got shopping opportunities, much more so than Mission. A lot of restaurants. It's got a symphony. It's got a lovely arts center, recreational facilities, a lot more services, and it has excellent access to outdoor activities. So a lot of beautiful places to hike, to camp, so much as far as the outdoors goes. And it's becoming more and more popular with buyers. And that does have a lot to do with the price point. Now, the typical detached home at benchmark price comes in with a square footage of 2,200 to 3,000 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms, 25 to 35 years old. Lot sizes are going to be about 6,500 to 7,500. So this is it's quite comparable to Mission. And if you notice that the benchmark price isn't all that different than Mission anymore. There was a time when you would have seen a significant amount, closer to anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 difference, but not anymore. It's become popular and it's grown into a lovely city. Now let's take a look at the markets in those communities. And here we can see that we are seeing an edge up as far as sales are going. Langley's had an increase of 19.7%. Maple Ridge increased by 7.3%. Abbotsford's increased by 19.6%. Mission had a whopping 40% increase. And Chilliwack, 16.7% increase. So all through those communities, we are seeing more activity. It has been a slow start to the spring market, and here you can see that Langley is the most popular, Chilliwack being the second most popular. Now, let's take a look at the active listings, and it's a bit of a surprise. We don't have that increase in active listings that we did. So from last year, it's come down in Langley by 16.9%, down in Maple Ridge by 9.8%, down in Abbotsford by 12.7%, down in Mission 3.1%, and down in Chilliwack 12.6%. So what we're seeing are the sellers that we're looking at. Let me see if I can get my price. Well, I think they've given up for now. And that's what we're seeing more of. We're seeing more of a serious seller that really does want to make a move and wants to deal with the current market conditions. So now months of inventory. What we've got here are months supply of detached homes for sale. And in Langley, we did see a slight decrease from last year down to 6.3 months worth of inventory, and that's down by 11.3%. In Maple Ridge, it stayed the same from last year's levels at about 8 months worth of inventory. Abbotsford's come down just a tad, currently sitting with 7 to 8 months of inventory, and Mission 8 months of inventory, and Chilliwack in with 7.3 months of inventory. So all in all, Langley has the lowest amount of inventory, which does give sellers a tiny bit of an edge. However, you're still in buyer's market territory. As you can see, the benchmark price can buy you something very different depending on the community. For most buyers, it's going to start with a budget. From there, it's a matter of deciding which trade-offs make the most sense for you. Do you want to be closer to Vancouver? Do you want more house on a larger lot? Are you willing to move farther out in exchange for more space? Those are the kinds of decisions buyers are making every day. And hopefully this has given you a better idea of what a typical detached home looks like at these different price points and what you can expect in each community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.